everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Saints going up against the Chargers. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Mission Valley area of beautiful San Diego, California. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the new NFL season between the New Orleans Saints and the San Diego Chargers. Time to the tailback, and he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line, but how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
That's taken on the 25. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Let's go! Blue 58! Blue 58!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first. Down.
Let's go. Blue 58.
So the D-line's going to spread out. And they'll run it here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. As we get a look at the defensive starters, the secondary, they're certainly going to need to be on their toes in this one.
And you know me really well. Where do I start analyzing a game? From the secondary. And these guys have to be on point today. They're facing a high-powered attack.
Let's go. Blue 58. 3-2. 3-2. Let's go. Blue 58.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now a carry here for the fullback. Now the ball comes loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
He doesn't get many opportunities to carry it, so he's got to maximize. In this case, after dropping it like that, I think his number is going to go way down. What do you think?
Yeah, and sometimes those fullbacks, let's just be frank, they usually don't have the hands that the running back does.
And it's hard for them because they do so much blocking. A lot of times, their hands actually get beat up in the process, and it's hard for them to hold on to the football.
They find some open field here. He's at the 50, the 30. And he cuts it out left sideline. Room ahead. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. An even 90 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, you usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
And now San Diego getting set to go. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
They come up in an offset eye. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 37. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And now here's a carry heading left. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Let's go! Blue 58! Blue 58! 3-2! 3-2!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down. 3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man handing the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Let's go! Blue 58! Blue 58! Blue 58!
And they'll go on the ground. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 11 on the gain there. And the Chargers are going to have a first down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the two tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. I'm glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length. That's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. They run the counter now on 1st down. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. And brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Jalen Smith out of Notre Dame. Partner, that's got to be one of the best stories in the NFL, seeing him out on the field.
Yeah, it really is. That injury that he had during the bowl game against Ohio State, boy, that hurt his draft stock. So nice to see him out there.
I had him rated as the top player in his class in 2016 before his injury. He ends up going in the 2nd round, and now he's starting to make the plays we expected to see.
Time running out here on the play clock. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Third down and 12. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
They'll look to throw. And it is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. And now San Diego getting set to go. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice carry there of 15 yards. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We'll come back to San Diego after this timeout.
Let's go. 58. Half.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, up and over. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's 3rd down.
Let's go.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the 2nd quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got some space here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And apparently that's all, Larry. So much for the halftime report. We'll see in the postgame. We're ready to get to the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half. and they've had an ability to see what you've done, they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. Let's take it inside his own 40. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
They come out here in the eye. And on the ground they go with a running back. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And to give this time to the tailback. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the 2nd half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. So out come the Chargers. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Let's go! 58!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So they ran against the 4-6 defense. Not only did they run against it, they tried to run it right up the gut.
And that's really not a great place to go when you're running against what is commonly known as the Bear defense, made popular by those great Chicago Bears teams. No place to go right in the middle of that.
And we're back now in Mission Valley and San Diego. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go!
They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And an alley to run. 20. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Let's go! 58! 58!
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
The offense operating inside the 10 at the 8 here. It's 1st and goal. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag.
That makes no sense. You've got to understand your situations. You're in a goal-to-go situation, and instead you're dancing around, and instead of staying at least where you were, you end up losing yards for your team.
Let's go!
Now they'll He'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Their big tight end, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Their dangerous wide receiver, 75 yards. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And cuts out right sideline. Touchdown, San Diego. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And it is good, and the lead will swell to 9. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now a play fake here on first down. So nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. It's one of those ones that is so hard to judge, but defensive holding there, that's what the referee saw. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They go play action here on first down. Looking deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
7 yards on the play, and that'll make it third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play for the Saints on third down. 43 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go now.
Back to throw now on first down. Shakes off the sack. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. In the red zone this time. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. And quickly, they get to the line. And they're on third and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handing it to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
Here we go now.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it second and goal.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
They come out here in the eye. Second and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints are back within a score. And the lead is down to 2. So down only 2 now. Still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And they give this time to the tailback. And not much running room. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second down, 8.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Let's go. Four down. Right, 53, right. Take 2. Let's go. 58.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to get this one. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Hey, let's go. 4 down. 82's moving. 82's moving. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
Let's go. 4 down. Check. D2.
Now back to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. And this defense, they needed that 1 more stop to have any chance. But that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that 1 more stop.
Feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
58.
First and goal from the 5. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out here in the eye. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play. And now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for San Diego, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chargers are winners here as we say so long from Southern California.